Hey, what's up, guys? I think my footage is a little bit delayed. Alright. Hmm. Alright. I'm gonna try and do, picture this very fast. Hmm. Let me play some music. Well, I'm still, the I don't know if it was a cold or you know, it was actually almost like a mixture, I guess. But I'm feeling better. Mostly sore throat, I guess. Which kind of, mm, it's a little bit frustrating when you're sick. And, you know, there's that uh, constant battle of whether you should exercise or not. I know it's like if you're sick, like if you have like high fever and any sickness that is that makes you weak, you shouldn't be exercising. But if the if the flu is not that intense, then yeah, I think you can. I'm actually looking for that image of Ahsoka. I think it's actually in the project file. You can probably hear it from my voice, like it's still, not 100%, but yeah, I think it's okay. I put that. I think it's this one. Yeah, it should be this one actually. Yeah, it's this one. Just gonna move this to a different monitor. It's just a moment. I just wanna make that a lot more bigger because I knew there was some blue on it. So I just couldn't remember how the pattern was. But yeah. Not all the way actually, it ends almost close to the end. Yeah, anyways, I did say when I'm sick, it's like some intense, you know, it's really bad. So that day, on Wednesday, it's one of the reasons why I couldn't stream. Uh, I mean, I feel like this time it wasn't worse than what I usually expect. But yeah, let's just say it was enough for me to actually stop, to not exercise that day. The last time actually, when I exercised, oh man, it was a mild illness, right? It was flu. Actually, it was a fever, but it was so mild that you know I thought it'll pass within a few days. But to my surprise, uh, it actually got worse, I guess. Because what I did was, when you're sick, if you still want to exercise, the best way to do that is to actually just try and make light exercises. Nothing that you know is too heavy for you, or causes you to sweat too much. I guess, but just enough to, you know, so that you're not just laying in bed. I feel. That time I was like, it's not that intense. So I just gotta exercise the way I usually do, and when I did that, it just it got bad. Which is why today I was a little bit, I as I was exercising, I was hesitating to do, some of the intense movements. I made it as I made it just so that um, I feel exhausted, but not too exhausted. And also, it was the first time when I exercised and drinking a lot of water. Like I do drink some water, but that's in between sets. But this time it was actually in between reps. No, it's not. Usually it's in between, like at least about 2 or 3 sets. But this time it was actually in between sets. I'm gonna switch this to work. Let's go back to this one. What I'm thinking about is getting something. I feel like it's affordable, not like all these other softwares where you have to pay like an intense amount. I mean, it's not like Blender where it's free, right? But when I checked the amount, it was like what, $19 per month. So that's about 20 times 12. Yeah. That's what? That's 20 times 12 gives me about 24. That's about like 100 and no 240 per month, I guess, dollars per month. I mean per year. So I feel like it's okay. I don't know, because like you know, Blender can only do so much when it comes to texturing, unfortunately. Mm. And to speed this up, I feel like but first I'm actually gonna do the trial just to see, the if I can actually speed up my texturing. If it's not, then what's the point? But yeah, just wanna speed it up because I know, like, I mean, I'm slow when it comes to modeling, but I can at least push it a little bit faster. Um, I would say right now on stream it takes me quite some time actually to model, but uh, off screen I would say probably about mm, depending on how detailed I would go, right? I feel like it should take me about probably like 10 days to complete a detailed model. Uh, no, no, actually, I'll probably say about 5 days. Actually, this is excluding texturing, right? It should take about 5 days to model like a detailed uh, object. It also depends on how big of a project the project is, I guess. Because like right now I was actually off stream. I was modeling a car, right? The old AMG. What's this? Yeah, the old BM Wait, is it Mercedes Benz? Yeah, Mercedes Benz AMG. And although I didn't model it, wait, I started on what's this? On Saturday, right? I started modeling out on Saturday, and mm, by Tuesday, actually, I was almost done, but I actually paused it because I was sick and stuff like that, and also I was yesterday I was actually busy with something else, so I couldn't do that. But uh, considering that I didn't model on Monday, no, no, on Sunday I didn't model touch anything, and on what's this? I practically just worked on it on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and actually I'll show you the final result that I have so far. Yeah, you can feel a little bit sick there. But anyways, it just made me realize that I can actually push my modeling skills to at least about 5 days max, I guess, depending on how detailed the object is. And one thing I realized is that what's this? It's one thing that takes up a lot of modeling time is focusing on the little details. I don't want to lie, that takes up so much time. And if you can just, if you want to do hard surface modeling or anything, start with the big details, I guess. Anything that you can see, like from a really far distance, like this. Probably start with something like that, and then you know add those other little details, because when you start with small details, I guess you you get used to the idea of doing things very slow, I guess, because you need to actually take your time and you know get that detail. That's the thing. Even the small details, you find yourself getting lost in the details. So one thing I'm actually doing right now, which I wasn't, is that if an object is far, if it's a large object, I don't need to do the details right away. I can just focus on the big shapes that define the object, and then once I'm done with the big shapes, then I move on to the smaller shapes. But if it's a small object, uh, don't even focus on the detail. Just model it as simple as possible. Don't get lost into the get in the detail. But it also depends on the object itself, right? I was looking at this, not a commercial, but it is a commercial of what's this? It was done by this group called Vertex Group, right? And this guy modeled and what's this? The Tiguan, Volkswagen Tiguan, and I was watching the video, the breakdown showed just where he focused on the details and where he didn't, and especially with car commercials, you usually create the inside and the outside, right? So based on the wireframe, because I usually like to check the wireframe of how things were done, right? And you can tell that, I don't know, I just feel that from the wireframe, I can tell certain how the process goes, but for me, I just thought that this person spent little detail on the small details. I mean, little time on the small details, and got it to show what he wants to show, but without you know uh, wasting time modeling all the other details. But then there were other areas where he had close-up shots. Over there he had to you know add details on the small uh, details of this objects. So it depends on whether the close-up shot that you want to show, or it's a shot that you're gonna look at from a distance. So model with the thought of how the final result would look like. There's no point in modeling if you're not gonna do any close-up shots of the model. And that's the big mistake I've been making for quite some time, actually. Whenever I start modeling, I model it for the sake of adding everything to the model, instead of thinking how I'm gonna represent this as a shot. especially what you if what you want to do is create commercial objects. Think of it as a short, but if what you do is just like how they do on art creation, just present your art like that, then you need to also think of how it would look on the picture, right? Instead of the shot. So anything that is probably not gonna be that visible when you look at it that way, then don't model it, please. That back. Having this time. Oh shit, now I just remember there was one piece that I did not add today. The part where this is actually supposed to, the one that's actually supposed to go in here. Bit of water. You know, get learn some techniques. One thing, actually, what was? Although I was watching a video actually, this this video was actually showing how some techniques that you would use in oh shit what was I going to talk? In 3ds max, right? But it's 3ds max techniques, but you can apply them in any software as well. And if you just find a way to use that similar technique. But basically um made me realize that you know some of these techniques, if you're not aware of them, you're just gonna spend a lot of time doing something that should have taken you a few hours. Like one thing I realized actually, which I still haven't learned, is that I don't know how to align objects. I mean, wait, oh, I know how to align objects, but I don't know how to align objects to that. What's this? I remember Skittles actually showing me this, but I just don't remember the technique anymore. I guess it's by using a camera. Uh, but like, let's say you wanna align something to like a polygon that is facing in a certain direction, right? I don't remember how to do that. I just remember that what's this? You need to get a camera and then try to align the object to the camera view. Basically, I just don't remember how you do it. Because the other day I was actually trying to align certain objects. What's it? One object, right? And I struggled so hard because I just didn't remember how you actually aligned the thing, and I just no, I left it because I didn't remember how to align it properly. Okay, and during that time, okay, check that out. I was there. And for me, when I actually don't remember what for this, it's gonna invert it. What does it say? Most of the things is actually you know most of the time is wasted by simple things like this, things that you know I guess, but I guess you're so used to spending a lot of time on it, that you don't remind yourself that you're wasting time, on simple things. Because like when I was modeling the car, right, mostly it's just extruding, and because I was using poly modeling for that, mostly it's just extrusion, and and that entire process, I guess, took quite some time, uh, and because I know, it takes a little bit of a while, but because I'm so used to extruding, making the extrusions and spending some time, I guess, what's this, not focusing on how much time it actually I'm wasting. That's why it's just I didn't realize I was wasting time. But once I actually started, you know, um, paying attention of how much time I'm doing a certain task, then I started realizing, okay, wait, did I just really take 30 minutes to do that, or something like that? And the mistake that I actually realized is, especially when like let's say I want to add a circle to this object, right? Circle over here, sphere over here. I have two options, right? To use the Boolean technique and add a sphere over here, or I can use, well, that's the only two options I know, right? Or I can use shrink object, or shrink object, right? Shrink the circle on this and then extrude it, the shrink modifier, not shrink object, shrink modifier, and then extrude that, then delete the polygons that surround this part, and then just combine those, I guess, and then you get the same result. And by having a shrink modifier, you already have that curvature that this object already has, right? That's, for me, that's one thing that I usually forget, and then I find myself actually just doing what's this, instead of just adding a sphere or a cylinder, and then having that, removing only the, or instead of actually adding a circle, right? I find myself trying to form a circle using extrusions, which waste time, I guess. It's just those little things, that I should know that I'm wasting time, that when I'm doing this, that I just don't pay attention to, I guess.
Tear us apart and bury me all in my head alone, calling your name but only feel the cold. I sense the change in energy, all of my fuse is blown. If I burns inside,
And there's a technique where actually introduce max, where this guy was showing it, right? I didn't know how I can do it in here, but basically what he does is, he uses FFD, right? And FFD is basically similar to, what do you call that modifier? To this lattice modifier. It's basically similar, but then what he does is he uses it on objects on plane objects, right? On a plane, and then he creates the detail on the plane, and then uses FFV to shape the object. Basically, in the thing is, with FFV, I don't know. With this one, I don't know how you can get a similar result as that. So basically, what he does is he uses subdivision on top of this, and then he shapes the the object like that. I guess over here you can't. Like, I feel like you can't have you can't shape a model with the subdivision without applying the modifier. Well, at least I haven't looked into that. Um, like adding details, like small details to an object without applying the subdivision modifier. Maybe you can. Then haven't looked into it. Should actually check it. The interface, I was just looking at the interface of Cinema 4D. I actually just realized that some of these, I'm so focused on using Blender that some of these softwares I don't actually check them out, and you kind of forget that they actually have free trials. Mostly it's because they're expensive. Don't I kind of feel like there's no point in shit. Oh man, I'm gonna have to do it on the other side. Let me just turn on. So really, I kind of feel like there's no point in learning some of these softwares, especially when like this. They cost a lot of money. Some of them are actually expensive. Until I saw this guy doing something with a free version, I was like, oh okay. Just knowing this knowledge about the software actually might yes, you don't have to be like an expert at them, but at least have basic knowledge of them, and each time it releases a new version, just try and get the trial version, I guess. I don't know if you do that, and just recap on everything, the interface wise, because it's really weird when you enter a really new software, even if you're really good with one. Once you enter a new interface, I guess it's a different feeling. You're so used to doing things in a certain way that once you have to adapt to a new method of doing things, it's just weird, basically. So to avoid that, learning these even if it's 14-day free trial. Learning it from each time they release a new version is actually quite helpful. But I kind of feel like Cinema 4D is actually similar to Blender in a way. The interface just reminds me of Blender. And I also feel like, actually, Blender has it all, but most of them, except for modeling, I think uh, modeling is way, if you want to use free software, right, you would really get the most out of Blender, modeling and GeoNodes, actually, GeoNodes. But when it comes to other um, things, then it's not really that good, I guess. Still getting there, but it's right now it's not that good, and it's the reason why it's not industry standard, because it doesn't focus on one um, what's this one part of you know uh, what's this it doesn't focus on one thing and then take it further. I think mostly just has a bit of bits and pieces of everything in together, except for GeoNodes. I think that's where probably Blender is heading. It's gonna be a software where you can do insane details with GeoNodes. I think if they focus on that part, that it could be one of those things where it's considered industry standard, because it's really it's insane with what you can do with GeoNodes. That's you know Mm.
It's getting dark, I feel the I feel the
Excuse me.
I feel the
Alright, this went a lot more faster actually. I think the only the dress was the one that was actually quite slow. The rest of them, just
it's getting dark, I feel
pretty
the
much the same thing. Being textured. I don't have to think about all of these, how the node tree should be. I'm just texturing one thing over and over again,
I feel the
which I feel like I should have done it on one what's this UV map and then just bring all of that into this. But then the problem is that the, the vertex count sort of being a lot more different, I guess, because now there are more objects when I subdivide it, for it to consider the vertex. Right, let's bake this. Great. Just gonna this. Okay. Hmm. And this is the thing again, the fact that it's not rendering. Um, hope it renders. Uh, Wait, is it possible that because I did not place okay. I'm just gonna check my
Should I ever
computer
tell them how
storage
I
actually.
really feel? Should I ever tell them how I really feel? Should I ever tell them how I really feel?
Okay, I have.
Should I
Okay,
ever
now
tell them how I really
I
feel?
really don't understand what it is that's causing this to sometimes render and other times it's not rendering at all. What is it that I did differently in this project file?
Should I ever tell them how I really feel?
Because everything just seems same, I guess. Um, Same number of this, and then trying to bake it, and then object forehead color is not able to render, not enabled to render. Oh, damn. Wait, is that the same thing? Oh, I'll actually check the dress as well. I hope that's the reason why it was actually not rendering. Because if that's the case, I can just. Oh, why did I actually press that? I don't know. But it's a good thing. It's maybe I didn't read it properly. Let's hope, for the dress that it is. Then I don't have to redo this. The dress, I guess.
Got a monster inside of me. You better watch out if you ignite me's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the sword, never getting bored. Loves the blood and gore, always wanting more. Feed him from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You'll be chewed up and discarded. And this
Ooh,
world ain't right,
damn!
wrong,
Wait.
accepted. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm
Alright,
threatened.
it had already started.
Aggressive, 'cause when there's no
So anyways,
exit, I'll kill when I'm
I already saved
desperate.
that, so that's okay. Hmm. Why is this one attached to?
He's back and better than ever. I can feel my heart rate, adrenaline pressure. Hit stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honest believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. He's locked away inside with the key controlled by fight or flight. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
You know, I actually didn't know that Substance has been bought by um, Adobe. Like, in 3 years, actually, I just actually literally found out yesterday. You know, I was shocked actually.
Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Because like I've seen the, you know, the logo written Substance by Adobe, but you know, it's one of those things where even if you see the logo, you know, you just don't pay attention to it that much as to what it is, you know, that's going on. But you know, as I was watching a video of this guy, and then he was like, you know, now that Substance Painter has been bought, and I was like, wait, what? By Adobe, you know? I was a little bit confused. When did that happen, you know? And I checked the video, and that video was actually like 3 years old, so yeah, that is weird. The fact that, you know, but then, you know, it's understandable since I don't really use Substance. Probably if I was someone that was interested in using it for quite some time before, you know, I definitely would have taken notice of that. But now that, you know, I actually want to get the trial, that's when I actually started actually noticing. And you know, like when I learn what is texturing techniques, I usually watch Substance Painter artists testing texturing in Substance Painter, just to understand the flow that they use, right? But even then, you know, the logo is so small, you probably won't even notice that it's written by has the you know, it's written it's by Adobe or something like that.
I'm blind to the light from the sky. I'm dealing with things I can't write. And all of you know it's been no easy road. But I keep working harder, going harder just to prove something. Burning out, I can't do shit for weeks. Guess I proved nothing. Everybody wants my work for free. I know you have the money, things are looking different. I'm not putting up with you, not anymore. And I know you think you're still taking advantage. And you always took my heart from me for granted. But I know my worth, you can't take that away from me. And I know you think you're still taking advantage. But it hasn't worked out like you fucking planned it. Cause I know my worth, you can't take that away from me.
Right, done with this one. Just gonna save this project file.
Lost myself, now I'm fully disguised. My heart got bruised up, so I put it on ice. Been told that I wouldn't make it in this life, but now all of you see there's so much room for me. And I know you think I still be taking advantage, and you always took my humbleness for granted. But I know my worth, you can't take that away.
I literally have 13 days to finish this character. Will I pull it off? I don't know. Honestly, let's check. Okay, I'm left with this part, the shoes, and then the hair. Let's see. Okay, let's just say this, right? I actually might pull it off if okay, I've already textured this part, so let's say I actually no, I still have a lot of time, so I'll probably even finish it before the date that I've set. I still have the eyes to do, the hair to do. What was that? Oh, okay, whatever. So I'll probably say that if I can texture this, I've already unwrapped this, so if I can texture this, say these two, right? They can take me probably about an hour to do. Let's say that. Then the shoes, I'm not sure. And then the hair, I'm also not sure. So basically, and there's probably the dress, which I'm still not sure. I'd probably say I have about I can actually finish it within 5 days, maybe. Yeah, within 5 days I should be done with this. Let's see. We'll see. Let me actually just put this instead of. But yeah, it's. I mean, already that's like what 40 days have gone by. Wait, 47 days have gone by while working on this character, and this is like 2 hours each time, right? So. I still want it to be a little bit faster. I feel like I should have done it a lot more faster actually. Shit. It's still the procedural texture, so probably, yeah, I think, you know what, let's try and push it to 3 days, so that I can actually spend time trying to get that procedural texture that I've left for quite some time actually. I did say I was gonna go back to it, but yeah. do that. Huh? Oh, okay, yeah. It's it felt so weird, though. Smoothness. What is that? Wait, did this have this? Oh, damn, that's why. Wait, wait. Gonna go back. Ah, okay, wait. I wasn't actually selecting that. Didn't realize that. Yeah, that's more like it. Hmm, that was probably the texture from. It's the texture from the forearm, I guess. Right. Hmm. I'm actually kind of liking the blue and the gray. I just didn't know how that would turn out. Actually, yeah, especially this blue. I think if it was a lighter blue, it would have been really weird. I guess this just works out. Right. Actually, I did say I wanted to go to the dress and see see something. Just make sure when you do incremental saves is that you're actually incrementing on the right one because I was actually working on a project where I was doing increments and then I accidentally um I think I was like at about increment what mm, I think it was like about 57, right? And then I accidentally pressed on 10, right? And I saved it. After a while, then I started realizing that I'm on, save 30, and I was like, wait, what? What? What happened to all the other numbers that I was aware of? And it just happens that I was actually overriding all those other uh, previous projects, basically. I mean, it's okay if you don't want like me, going all the way to 100 and 200 files, but just make sure that if you're gonna do increments, make sure that you're not overriding some of the old ones, basically. I'm gonna bring the outliner here. Yeah, that is why. Oh man, it was actually a little bit frustrating that I thought I lost all this detail, but it's actually yeah, I still have it.
Can't find my
I'm just gonna actually bake these. Yeah, it was, the render thing was actually off. These. Just gonna actually check the masks. Wait. Okay. Yeah, I'll come back and do the procedure. I think procedures I actually don't even need to be in this file actually. But just for now, for the sake of having something to visualize, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna take this bakes and into that other folder. This bake, bake, this bake. Shortcut for that. Oh man, that would have been. I thought I lost this detail. I'm glad that I actually read that actually properly, because if I didn't realize that it was written enabled, then definitely I probably would have done this again. Like you see all these small writings, but you don't really read what it's writing over there. Yeah. Well, at least I don't. Some of them I don't really pay attention to them. So I can actually picture, but there is a project that I have. Okay, but then that project is actually quite heavy. I thought actually this was actually the same as project that I have, where I don't know how I did anything on that project, because right now it's so slow. Like there's so much going on, especially it's not just actually it's everything. The hair has far too many polygons. The texturing has like an insane not base system where I just went on, just to see how far I can actually push the the texturing in Blender. And then there was the what the accessories as well. They were just too much. So just a combination of so many things going on in that folder. That wait, I actually want to bring that dress back. I think I just baked it on a low texture. Wait, actually no, I don't have to do that. I can do this and check image. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, but everything in that file, I can't even open the file anymore, like honestly. And if it does, I have to make sure that before moving in the interface, right, I need to turn off everything, just so that it doesn't run very slow. So I thought maybe this one was the same, which is why I couldn't understand it, because this one only has about 2000 vertices, and that one was like about I think it was 16. The character itself had about 2 million to 16 million. The character itself, the face, it's just the face actually, not a complete character. It's just up to the yeah, over here, I guess, the neck, and it had about 2 million vertices, which I went insane, adding so many things, adding freckles, adding fat pads, adding wrinkles, adding, yeah, it was insane basically. And then when I started to render, it just told me it's too much for my computer. I was like, oh, okay, I get it, because I I pushed it far beyond what my computer could handle, I guess. Wait, I did say that, right? Honestly, this doesn't have that many nodes. I thought there was a lot. But then, it's a dress, it didn't have to have a lot of detail. Most of the details that I add, base colors, I only add them on the face, I guess. That's where I know, I can push different type of colors onto the face, to get some kind of a realistic result, I guess. Oh, I need to get a light, because right now, when this door is closed, it actually gets dark, so what I actually wanted to do was add a gradient on this. That's why it started off like this. But then I realized I can actually just do that by precision HD. It's one thing that I actually noticed on this character. I think I've shown the character before, but there was like a slight gradient, from the from the pants going all the way up, right? And what they did is that from going down, the gradient was actually dark, and then it got lighter, I guess, which I just thought was an amazing thing. You can achieve that similar result using what's this? This is word that I'm looking for. In compositing, and for me, someone who is not really good at compositing, it's getting those results in modeling and texturing techniques, a lot more better, I guess. Compositing is a different field on its own, I guess. Alright, while this bakes, let me just take a quick short break. I'll be back. Alright, that's done. Just thought maybe the light might help a little bit. Alright, did I name this? Oh, okay. Named it gray. I'm actually gonna change the name to this. Texture. Actually, I need to start naming these properly. I mean, like, I'm really terrible at coming up names, so usually I just, do it real quick. I guess, whatever texture or name I think of on the spot, I just, you know, give it that name. I wonder what it does. Oh my god. Oh, it's the grayscale. Okay, I did that. That's why. To change the color. Yeah. Back to this. Let's actually import this. And material, the stretch. What is that? Home button. Oh, okay. Blender crashed. Let's just wait for it to respond. Actually doing this a lot. Maybe I should switch to 0.6. I feel like this one is actually still doing everything that 0.6 is doing. As long as the version that you have is not too far away from current version that then I think it's okay. Am I still live? I feel like nothing is responding right now. Okay, OBS is responding, but both Blender and the internet is not responding. So, I don't know. But also music is playing, so that's a good thing. Usually when music is playing, I just assume that everything is running okay.
Girl tonight.
Just gonna move these away. And the good thing about using this method is that if at any point you don't like how the mask you created looks, basically you can just go back and create a new mask and then you know use that, I guess. But so far for me, I feel like this is okay. You know, the blue and the little bit of purple into it, which I should have actually added over there, but I think it would have been overkill. Just having the purple here is not even that visible, so I think that's okay. Okay, it's looking good so far. Okay, that means this is actually what I should have added on the. Okay. Oh, okay, this is what I need to do now. I'm actually gonna look at the reference because I actually don't know how what's over here actually. I'm gonna open OBS. I mean, not OBS, Cura. So basically over here is actually similar colors to the dress actually. Hey, that's weird. Similar colors to the dress. The only thing that's different is over here. So I feel like here what I can do is use a mixture of both the dress colors, textures, and the what this metallic part, because I want this to be metallic. It's supposed to be gold over here, but actually decided to keep everything metallic, and you know yeah, just gonna add these two. I don't think this one I unwrap this. Let me just unwrap this first. These are unwrapped, but it's just this that's left. gonna make sure that I don't want these to overlap. So some of these are actually overlapping. Let's just pull this.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways.
Let's change the name of this.
Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No,
What?
I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Before, what I'm gonna do is separate this, because I already have the mirror modifier over here. So then just apply this one. Okay, this is stretching.
Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Nothing could have prepared me.
No, let's do this. Let's first apply the mirror modifier.
That surrounds me.
Because I think that's probably the reason why it's behaving this way.
Let me go. So I burn so. I can feel you coming like a wildfire. I'm just a fuel, baby, you're the light. If I'm not careful, you'll burn right through my soul. Burning like a wildfire, dying on fire. How will I know if I'm ready? The demons unleashed from your mind hold me steady. Cause you want me, you won't let me go. So I burn slow. I can see you coming like a wildfire. I'm just a fuel, baby, you're the lighter. If I'm not careful, you'll burn right through my soul. Burning like a wildfire. Careful, you'll burn right through my soul. Burning like a wildfire. Dynamizer.
Yeah, that stretching is annoying, but I'm actually gonna leave it because it's on the backside, so it's something I can just ignore. And this doesn't make sense. Something doesn't make sense about this model.
I'm just the fuel, baby, you're the lighter. If I'm not careful, you'll burn right through my soul. Burning like
Wait,
a
let's turn off something.
wildfire.
Oh, okay. So why is it that seems okay when it's not subdivided, but once it's subdivided, that's where the issue comes. What I'm actually gonna do is just two corners, maybe that's good. Yeah. Okay. And then let's just, yeah, fits in just good. That's the thing with some of these. Unfortunately, it still stretches. But yeah, but you know, it's on the back, so I'm not gonna focus too much on it. Yeah, guys, I'm actually basically out of time. Probably just 4 minutes left. I wanted to, you know, start that picture. But yeah. So just let's just, you know, recap what's left. These two, one, two, three, the shoes, and then the hair. That makes it 4. Then the character is basically done. So just these few items, and then maybe what I'll do is go back to this ridiculous leggings and add something that actually matches with this outfit, because this does not match with the outfit. It's like as if like she was at the gym and then she was told, you know, go quickly, get ready for battle, and then you know she just left out leggings and basically there's the option of just leaving it with no pants at all, but I definitely want some plans, but something that is not like this, Mm, yeah, that's basically it, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. The next stream will be Monday, same time, from 12 to 2 o'clock Middle Eastern time. And yeah, cheers, guys. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. And be careful, not to get. I mean, it's change of seasons right now, so it's about time that people get sick. But yeah, just be careful of what you touch, I guess. Anyways, cheers.